everybody, just showing my completed India Army for DBA that I did in 15 mil. For those of you that are been following along on the project, you'll know that a good portion of the Army is minifigs, and then there's also another portion of the Army that is Old Glory, all 15 mil. And so, yeah, I was actually quite pleased with the way it came out. It was sort of the first time I've ever done 15 mil before. The project took me a lot longer than I actually expected it to in the end. I think that was a combination of a lot of things. It was a bit of an endurance thing going through this because I'm not used to doing this kind of painting project. But I guess I ended up inheriting this from another individual, and it was actually done in slightly differently than I would as far as order of procedure in assembly and painting. And so it was a little interesting just because I was basically already had putty and things like on the bases and things like that, a little bit different than I would with sand and things. And so it was just kind of an interesting project to do. And I guess what I'll do is just show, I'm not going to do like a spin around of each kind of unit on this, but I'll just show a little bit up close on camera here. So there were two types of elephants in the back, and so these are the minifigs ones, and so I have those, and then there's some of the Old Glory ones on the other side that are over there. I did end up doing the base in the center like I mentioned initially. And I tried to do a little bit of a patina, not overdone, but just a little bit in the back for the statue that's part of this like jungle temple. And so we've got the chariot there, and a large amount of archers, which I have shown. I don't think I had anything really with any of the green flock on the base, but I have some blades up front, both the fast kind, I guess. I have to sort of review the rules again for DBA for some of the terminology, but there's the fast there. And I believe I have some over here that are 4 to a base, which would be slower, or 2 of them there. And I've got more archers in here, and I've got Siloi, I believe, where there's 2 per base. And then I have what's been taking up most of my time recently, and that's this large group of cavalry here, which were Old Glory. And that's mainly it, to be honest. I do think it kind of looks good grouped together. I don't usually do these kinds of armies that are smaller than 28 mil, and so you do kind of fit a lot down all at once on the table. I could actually, theoretically, as long as I could figure out a way where we could not mix our armies up, I could actually end up using this as 2 armies just to try to use the rules, because really, like I'd kind of mentioned, like the standard game is 12 elements, and I have a lot more than 2 armies if you consider 12 bases, even with splitting it up to have like relevant lists and things. And so yeah, that might be something I try to do. I don't know that this was the best one for me to do starting off the bat because I did inherit a number of different armies from a friend. I think that probably next what I'll do is Egyptians, and it's going to be a little bit before I do them, but I only have like about 12 bases to do for them, like the exact list that you need, and so they could be a force, an ancient Egyptian force, to go against this force, and it'd be a lot easier, I think, to paint up than this one has been. This has been quite a bit more, at least for the size of game for DBA, than I should have probably had to start out painting. But since I had all this to do, I kind of just figured I might as well just get it done and try to think I'm going to come back to it. And that resulted in a bit of a long sort of paint job, or project. But now it's finished and time to move on to other things. Hope everybody's doing well, and talk to you later.